Ronan's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture films in the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Yeah, yeah. Steam it up in your YouTube, bro, let's roll.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being American, and YouTuber Ronan. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of Unscripted. This is my better late than never best of 2026 so far. I want to start off by saying hello to everyone currently joining us on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. Here in the chat, we have Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member of the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her channel, Fluff Chick Productions, Connie Clary. Channel member, JPRPH1. Channel member, Depenzak. My co-host on the Mystery Movie Night podcast, Enigma Severus. My co-host on Live from Sparkwood 21, the co-host of Friday Night Last Call, and the host of Geeky Geezers, where I will be appearing tonight at the top of the next hour, Aged Boom. And hello to Jamie Lynn Simons. All right, so I don't necessarily want to give away the exact order that, I have the movies that, I would rather just release my top 10 or worst at the end of the year and kind of be done with it. But, I would say that probably more than half of the movies that I've seen this year have actually been pretty good. Or at least are, or maybe, the mileage may vary. But as opposed to recent years, there have been some decent films. So what I've decided I'm going to do this time is, and since we don't really have all night, it's an hour-long show, I've decided that I'm going to go in categories, and then just tell you what I think are the best in certain categories. Now, when it comes to action, one movie that was pretty damn good is a movie that's actually out now in theaters called The Furious. And it's basically a cross between Taken and The Raid. It is an Indonesian film. A number of the actors who are in The Raid films are in this as well. Basically, it is the story of a father. It's a father-daughter story. Father's a mute, has this mysterious background that the movie kind of spaces out throughout. And you find out as we find out. And his the daughter is kidnapped by child traffickers. And along the way, he meets this other guy who's played by Joe Taslim, who was, like I said, in The Raid, and is also in The Night Comes for Us, and was also in the Mortal Kombat movies. And he is looking for his wife, who is an investigative journalist who is on the trail of these traffickers. So eventually they decide that they are going to team up and follow this, follow this thing all the way up the ladder, because of course you have your low-level bad guys who are actually doing the kidnapping, and eventually work their way up to corrupt officials and the rich fat cat that's running this whole thing. So if you really enjoy these movies that are kind of very action packed, pretty much straight through, you'll like this. If you like martial arts films, if you like The Raid, if you like Taken, you'll like this, and it's pretty good. Is it for? It's not going to be for everybody, but it is, I think, well worth going to see in theaters. Now, when this was one of the mystery movie nights, and during our show, we had the round table. It was mixed. Yeah, and hello to our man from the future, Sashi. Yes, yeah, Sin did not like this movie. I believe she said she almost walked out. And Kyle wasn't a fan either. But I liked it. Enough, certainly, to suggest seeing it in theaters. I do believe Enigma pretty much enjoyed it, at least enough to recommend. So, yeah, is this movie going to be for everybody? It's not going to be for everybody, but if you are aware of of what you're getting yourself into with an Asian action film, then I don't think you'll find very many better this year, to be honest. Enigma says, loved this movie. Fears was entertaining. Stunts were awesome. Yeah. Choreography was pretty legit. Yeah. It's pretty well done. It's well shot. The acting's decent. There is a surprise death late in the going that I should have seen coming, but I didn't. But yeah, I would suggest giving this movie a chance. Go and check it out. The Furious. All right. So the next action film that I want to bring up if it'll let me. Shelter, starring Jason Statham. And this is a pretty grounded film. And whereas The Furious was intentionally over the top, and as Sashi says here, Southeast Asian cinema does tend towards extra. Yeah, this movie is a little bit more grounded, a little more based in reality. you have Jason Statham as Michael Mason. He's a former operative, former SAS, Black Ops, and when we meet him, he is alone on an island where he is resupplied every few months or so by this man and his daughter, or it might have been his niece. I don't remember anyway. But they get caught in a storm. The boat goes down. The man is killed, and the girl is injured, and she's left on the island. And so as he is trying to nurse her back to health, this exposes him to these people from his past who want to take him out because they're afraid that he knows too much, and there's all this corruption within the government going on. And so the idea is he now has to shield this girl because they're now after her too, and basically survive and expose the bad guys. Now, there were some people that said that, the Beekeeper was over the top, and yeah, it is, and not particularly realistic. But this one is a little more grounded, and it's a little more character driven, especially in the first half. And I went into this going, I could be 50-50 on it, or maybe don't like it, but I saw it and I thought it was perfectly fine. So it is his niece? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. And thank you, and hello to Big Al. Says Jason Statham almost always delivers. Yeah, and he does here too. And I'm looking forward to Mutiny, which is his next film. So yeah, Statham does one of these a year, sometimes two. And this was one of the better ones, I thought. And I was a big fan of The Beekeeper too, don't get me wrong. This one's pretty good. So check it out. Okay, so in the realm of action, I got a couple more I want to bring to your attention before we move on. And this one is actually a Netflix film. Believe it or not, Netflix had a good movie this year. And that's War Machine with Alan Ritson, who, of course, is currently on Amazon right now playing the Jack Reacher character in a series version of the books. And a lot of people are comparing this movie to, it's kind of like kind of Predator with a Decepticon in it. And it's true. It is very much kind of a War of the Worlds on the ground story. So you have an Army Ranger going through. Well, he's in the Army, but he wants to join the Rangers. And this was something that his brother wanted to do, is played by Jai Courtney. in flashbacks, and because it starts out in the war, and there's an attack, and the brother is very badly wounded, and he has to carry him back to their base camp, and those flashbacks are interspaced throughout the film, and then you see him at first in ranger training, and then very late in this during the course of the training, which goes on for several weeks. They're basically in the middle of a war game, and these basically transformer type aliens show up, and now they have to fend for themselves. And Al says War Machine rocked. It did. It's pretty well done. Like I said, it's very much in the vein of like Predator, War of the Worlds. It's pretty good stuff. It's a pretty damn good action movie. Yeah, there's a lot of Battle Los Angeles in this too, which I actually do like quite a bit. So don't get me wrong there. Yeah, I think they're both equally as good. And he's carrying a secret pertaining to him as a hero. Interesting. Yes. So yeah, it is very much not only a movie about these group of men and women trying to survive this alien attack. It really is about this man gaining self-respect for himself again. It is very much along the lines, Sashi brought up Battle Los Angeles. It's got it does relate, and I think they would be like a pretty good double feature. So Netflix got one right, guys. War Machine. Check it out. All right. So some other movies in the action genre that are worth checking out this year, I think. The Rip is pretty good. It's another Netflix film. It has it's Affleck and Damon. It's pretty good. It's worth a look. There's a British film called Fuse that starts out like it's going to be like this. Basically, this unexploded bomb gets found in the middle of London, and this is being. Yeah, and you think the movie is going to be about defusing this bomb, when actually it's about a group of men who are using this unexploded bomb to distract the police so that they can pull off this bank heist. And a lot of twists and turns, but it's a decent film. It's not perfect, but it's worth a look. Another movie that I want to bring up that's kind of in the action category is, well, it's an action movie-ish. I'm going to be doing a longer review on this, but check out Citizen Vigilante and just decide for yourself. I know that it's a controversial film in some circles. It's already been banned in Germany. It's probably going to get banned in the UK. I had a chance to see it while it was posted on Twitter. I actually think it's worth a look. It's not a perfect film. I'm going to be going into more detail when I do my review, hopefully this week. But my ahead of time review would be just to say it's worth seeing and decide for yourself. Okay. And a movie that's kind of a lesser movie, but I'm kind of surprised it got made. As there's a movie down on Amazon called The Wrecking Crew with Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa as brothers who are trying to solve their father's death. It is like a throwback to the 80s and 90s. And I had some fun with it. Again, a movie that's not perfect, but I'm surprised that they got away. I'm surprised they got away with it. So definitely check that one out too. All right. So let's let me see. I don't want to ignore the chat, guys. Enigma says there's a new movie out kind of like Citizen Vigilante. It's called Man of War. The guy from Criminal Minds. Oh, nice. Yeah, that might be worth looking into. Enigma says Fuser's pretty intriguing, distinct. Yeah. Like I said, I had issues with Fuse. Particularly the ending, which kind of felt like it didn't belong. But I mean, up to that point, I actually think it's a pretty good movie. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I mean, I think it's worth a rental. Yeah. Welcome, Geek Flag with Nate Knows. Thank you for the super sticker, kind sir. And let's see, what was that a sticker of? It's a Farty Fox. I don't have the video. I don't have the Farty Fox video, or I put it on. I do not have the Farty Fox thingy. I don't have it. Maybe I need to get one. But thank you for the super sticker, Nate. It is appreciated. Okay. Let me see. Alice says, I really enjoyed Netflix's People We Meet on Vacation, a fun rom-com. Right on. And yeah, in the chat, guys, this is not just about me. If you have any titles that you saw this year, either in the cinemas or on television, go ahead and let me know in the chat, or if you're watching this later on, let me know in the comments. I haven't really seen anything on television of late. As you know, during the my Western Cinema Presents program with Outlaw Bill, we've been watching 1883, which is the Yellowstone origin series, where we just finished episodes 7 and 8. It's a pretty damn good show so far, but I'm watching it for the first time. But I can't really count it because it was I can't really count it because it was from late 2021 and early 2022, so it wouldn't be a best of 2026. But I would definitely have put it on my best of list for that year, though, for sure. We'll see how they end it. Even though I think I have a pretty good idea where they're going to go with it. Okay, scrolling down. Yes. For those of you who are in the path of the storms, please be careful. Stay inside. If you're told that you need to evacuate, please do. I hope it doesn't come to that. Now, we did get where I am here in South Carolina. We did get a little bit of rain. Wasn't for long. Didn't really break the heat at all. But unfortunately, I was kind of hoping it would. But yeah, it was one of those where it was a lot of sound and fury signifying nothing, unfortunately. But we'll see. It's supposed to be raining on and off this week, so we'll see what happens. Nate says, the last time I went to the cinema was to see the James Gunn Superman. Yeah, I saw that a couple last weekend. And I'm going to be, I'll probably review it because, back when it was in theaters, I asked Fletcher Williams to put together a thumbnail for me. And I never got around to seeing the movie. So, yeah, I'm going to have to review that one as well. One of the things that I'm hoping to do is to do like a roundup of movies that I haven't reviewed yet. And maybe do like about 2 or 3 reviews at a time and kind of go from there. So expect some of those in the future. The Retirement Plan with Nick Cage. I did not see that. I heard decent things though. It kind of came and went in theaters. But I actually did hear some good things about that one. So yeah, I'll have to try and find that. I'm pretty sure it's on VOD by now. Yeah, same here. Storm got pretty bad with thunder and lightning, but the rain was over pretty quick. Yeah. Actually, it's a CP not a fox. Oh well. You damn anime people. Okay. Well, let's get on to a few more of the best of films here. And we'll talk about the one family film that I have on my list so far this year. And that's The Sheep Detectives. This was another mystery movie selection. It was done for families. It was on a Sunday. And it's got a rather large cast, both on screen and those doing voiceover work. And it stars Hugh Jackman. He plays George Hardy. He is a shepherd who watches over his flock and reads mysteries to them at night. He kind of reads them to sleep, really. And he unfortunately comes to a sticky end. And the sheep, the chief one being Daisy, who's voiced by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who you will not recognize her voice in this. She really did something different. And she decides, since she's kind of like the smartest of the sheep and she solves the mysteries before the rest of them, she decides that she's going to solve the mystery on her own. And there's all sorts of assorted. Basically, the whole town is a suspect, and everybody's dirty little secret starts to come out. And we also find out that that George had a daughter that the people in the village didn't know about, and he's trying to reconnect to her. So you have that storyline. And I really don't want to give too much of this movie away. It is apparently based on a German YA novel, I guess, for the lack of a better term. But it's a lot of fun. It's very sweet. The mystery works. The comedy in it works. The serious moments work. And it is a movie that you could take the family to, you know. You might have to explain a thing or two to like single digit kids, but I think 10 and up should get through this pretty well. And the younger ones will probably just like the talking animals. You know, so there's that too. But yeah, you know, The Sheep Detectives, I like this movie. I really don't have a whole lot against it. It's just that my issue is that I figured out the main mystery a little early. And there's one point in the movie where I thought, oh, they might throw a twist in here, and they don't. I thought that was a little unfortunate, but it kept it from being a perfect movie in my mind. But it's really good, and it's one of the few movies I've seen this year that I would suggest seeing in theaters. And English says, I've watched portions of The Sheep Detectives multiple times. So many great messages on many levels, and with a great mystery as well. Yeah. And when Enigma says great messages, it's not the message, you know. There actually is some things in here that people can learn from, you know. So yeah, this movie is the way it used to be done, you know. And you know, it has the quote unquote the diverse cast without calling attention to that. They're just people, you know. You know, this is not a movie where they stop it for 10 minutes while somebody goes, my pronouns, you know. It's a good film, and it's one that I think the whole family can go out and see. Somehow The Sheep Detectives is number 2 on my list of 2026 movies after Hail Mary. Nice. Nate says, my wife and I watched The Sheep Detective a couple of nights ago. She loves the movie. She was watching it again when we came home from work today. Nice. This is best of so far. And I'm not doing like a legit top 10 list or anything just now. This is just the best of as of right now. That's all. H. Boomer said, saw this one. Right on. What'd you think? All right. So let me move on and get a few other best ofs in here. And I tell you one thing that was interesting is that there are a couple of movies this year that dealt with time travel. And I told you, I was very surprised by, yeah, it was like an episode of Midsummer Murders with Sheep. Yeah, I should have just said it like that. It is like an episode of Midsummer Murders with Sheep. It is. But going back to, like I said, a couple of good films that were about the time travel. If you did the worst of, you'd have to do a 3-hour show. I don't know if I'm going to need that much time this year. To be honest, most of the movies have been pretty good. And the first one I want to talk about is Nirvana, the band to show the movie. And it's about a couple of musicians who want to play at a specific nightclub, and it's in 2008. And they don't get to do the show, and everything kind of goes wrong, and the band breaks up and they go their separate ways until one builds a time machine, and basically he figures out time travel, and decides to take his buddy and go back to 2008 and play the show so that they can become rich and famous. And what really surprised me is really how strong the writing was. And because I went into this, because I guess these guys are also YouTubers as well. And speaking of YouTubers, we're going to be getting into that here in a few minutes. Now, my understanding is these guys are YouTubers, or were at one point. I know they're comedians. The film takes place in Canada. It's what really did surprise me was the fact that anytime there's a time travel movie, you can kind of you can start poking holes in the plot. And, and I'm sure if I give this movie a few more watches, I'll find something that was wrong or didn't make any sense. But I didn't see any while I was watching this film. And it's really very well written. It's very clever. It owes a lot to Back to the Future. It's probably the closest we'll ever come to a remake of that, because there are pop culture references in this movie. They very obviously had Back to the Future in mind and wanted to do their own kind of version. And by going back in time, they start to very subtly change things. And how they work their way through that is a lot of fun. I liked it. I was surprised. And it's about an hour and a half, so it doesn't outstay its welcome. It's well written, it's well acted, it's funny, it's got surprises, it's got some interesting twists, and I dug it. Now I know one person who said that they walked out of this movie because they said the English accents were so thick that they couldn't understand what the characters were saying. There are no British accents in this film. They're Canadians. They sound just like we do. Except when it comes to pronouncing, the letter U. But other than that, there might have been a problem with the sound mix in that person's theater, or maybe they're just getting the movies wrong. But I liked it, and I was really surprised. So check out Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, and don't mix it up with Kurt Cobain or anything. All right. So one more into time travel vein was a movie called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Directed by Gore Verbinski and starring Sam Rockwell. And this is about a man who walks into a diner one night, claims that he's from the future, and that he has done this 116 times, and that he has to save the world. He has to travel back in time and save the world from an AI that goes Skynet on us. And he has to pick out a specific group of people to move forward. And it's kind of like it's a sci-fi version of Groundhog Day on crack. And Sam Rockwell is really good. Everybody's really good across the board. Maybe a little long. There's a point where I was like, oh, okay, move along. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty decent film. It's it kind of, obviously with AI taking over, you think of Terminator. I was thinking a lot of 12 Monkeys as well. So it's very much in that vein. But it's an original film, man. And I wish more people had gone out and seen it, because it's pretty damn good. And I know Enigma's a big fan of this movie. Enigma's also a fan of another time travel movie. I don't know if you could call it time travel or multiverse, called Redux. I haven't seen that yet, so it's not on the list. But that's one that I need to check out. So we'll see if that shows up at the end of the year. It's the best film that gives depicted of hive-minded teenagers. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, because it really is a movie that's about unplugging and just going out into the world and being human beings again. And it does have a nice message to it, and it doesn't really hit you over the head with it either. So it's interesting stuff. All right. Now, in the past couple, there is one movie that I do want to bring up before I go into my final segment. And there was a movie that I saw this year that has had some controversy that has surrounded it, that I think has really been ginned up. And that's a movie called I Swear, which is a British film about a guy named John Davidson, who is a teenager, contracts Tourette's syndrome. And this movie is basically about his life and how he went undiagnosed for a number of years, when it was people thinking he was just acting out for attention, and kind of what it does to him and his family, and how he works his way through it, and kind of gets his life back in the process. I could not find a damn thing wrong with this movie. And the actor here is Robert Aramayo. And he's on the Rings of Power series. And once I saw this movie, I realized this guy is way too damn good an actor to be on that show. I'm glad that he got a starring role here. I'm glad he won the BAFTA. He deserves to get nominated for an Oscar and maybe even win it. I cannot praise this movie high enough. It wasn't in theaters long. The mainstream press wants to take this movie down. And yeah. Sooner we remove your fingers with a staple remover if you speak badly of this film. You lose your little piggies too. Indeed. So I swear is really high on the top of my list this year. Please, please, please see this movie out on physical media. This movie, there's a lot of swearing, a lot of it. It probably extra record swears, but see the movie. Keep the little ones out. It earns the R rating, but it's very good. It is very, very good, and one of the single best acting performances I think I've ever seen in a film. So please check that out. All right, I'm going to speed through these last few here. One movie I don't think I have to tell anyone to see. But if you haven't had the chance yet, please do. And that of course, is Project Hail Mary. Excellent film. Very good adaptation of the book. I think people who have read the book will want to, kind of wish that the movie had hit on other things, a little bit harder. But writing a book and writing a motion picture screenplay, it's two totally different. What's the word I'm looking for? Not disciplines, but I'll say disciplines. So yeah, things are going to get left out from the book, but I think it's a good adaptation anyway, and I think you should check it out. If you have not yet seen Project Hail Mary, please check it out. Hello to the Horror King. Yeah. The guy who voices Rocky, I wish they had gotten the guy who did the audiobook, Ray Porter, because he is excellent. But the guy is in the film who also puppeteered Rocky. That guy should get an Oscar nomination. He should get a supporting actor Oscar nomination. I don't care what anybody says. Check out Project Hail Mary, one of the best movies of the year. And all right, we've got a couple of minutes left, so I got to kind of speed through these last ones. And of course, I can't leave out the YouTubers that have made some pretty damn good movies this year. And I want to bring up a few of those while I still have a few minutes left here. And the first one that I want to bring up Iron Lung, Markiplier's movie. I got to see this a couple of weeks ago when it finally released on YouTube. I just went ahead and bought it because I wanted to support the movie. And not very many filmmakers let alone someone who's never done a feature before, can make one man inside of a submarine for 2 hours and 4 minutes look interesting. But man, he knocked this movie out of the park. It's very creepy, very, very claustrophobic, hardcore. It's very gory. If you liked if you want to know what Event Horizon in a submarine would be like, check this movie out. The monsters are creepy. It's pretty damn good. And I was surprised by how much I liked it. And I know nothing of the games. So if anybody else if anybody else is familiar with the game, you'll have to tell me how close it was. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Horror King says, in my opinion, Iron Long is the best horror movie came out this year compared to Backrooms and Obsession. All right. Well, speaking of Backrooms and Obsession, they're on my best of list too, of course. I got to tell you, the reason why I thought Backrooms was so scary is because I have had nightmares, literal nightmares, that resemble things that take place in this film. And I was really surprised by it because I went into it not expecting. I went into it going, I could hate this, but I really didn't. I was really surprised. It's very spooky. I'm sure there's going to be a sequel. I love the original short films. Kane Parsons, thumbs up, man. Iron Lung wasn't just close to the video game story; it also added to the story and lore of the video game. Mm-hmm. You mean eating your tummy like it was a giant marshmallow? Yeah. Well, watch my review, and you'll understand because I go into it deeper. All right, and the final movie that I'm going to cover on my best of so far list is, of course, going to be Curry Barker's Obsession. Now, I went into this film knowing that I was going to think that it was going to at least be good. All right, because I was a big fan of Milk and Cereal, Curry's previous film. I like the dark sense of humor that's in the short films and the skits that he's done. But this movie is this is definitely next level, and I really want to single out Michael Johnston and Indy Navarrete. They are excellent in this movie. They both deserve Oscar nominations. I know all the Oscar buzz is kind of surrounding her. I think they're both equally as good in this movie. There are a lot of twists and turns. It's very creepy. It's darkly funny. I laughed in a couple of places I probably wasn't supposed to, but I did. And it's just a damn good film. And I'm glad that it is doing so well because we need to see more movies about this and more movies like this. And please check out my review that I did with Enigma and with Sin. It's the most watched video in the history of my channel. And thank you all very much. All right, well, I have to head on over to Geeky Geezers right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do a hard out. I want to thank everybody who was in the chat tonight. I want to thank everyone on X, and please go and check out all of the movies that I brought up tonight. Follow me on Letterboxd, follow me on Criticless, watch the reviews here on my channel. And as I always say at the end of every show, from HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.